Ian Ross, everyone.
Tracey Nepinak.
And I'm Kathleen MacLean.
So usually it's a few questions from the audience, and I think if it's okay, I mean, Ian's here, so it's extra special. I'm going to leave the questions to Ian for you, but for our actors here first, I have an acting background. I'm always so concerned, I'm always so, I guess I am always like really curious about why actors choose pieces to play in. And so I'm going to ask this to our actors tonight. Start us off.
Well, this was really lovely because I was in Ian Ross's first Governor General Award-winning play, Farewell, and that was a long time ago, at the beginning of my career. And now I'm kind of like on the end of it, and I get to work on this. I think it's a brilliant script, and I'm so lucky to be able to do this.
I chose this piece because it was so funny. I am somebody who really is drawn towards comedy, but also I think that a lot of times when people get ready to go see an Indigenous show, they think that it's going to be a lot of like reconciliation and about a lot of really hard stories. But to me, this was like the perfect balance of begging the questions and there being that humor that a lot of people don't always see, is that like beautiful, gorgeous Indigenous humor and the laughter that happens in so many Indigenous communities. And so to me, this was a great combination of pushing the envelope and asking all of these questions, but still showing that humor.
Nice. And I think we should start with anyone in the house. Does anyone have a question to either our actors or Ian? Yes?
How do you remember so many words?
We've talked about this many times before, that in many naturalistic scripts, it's a lot easier to remember things because it's a very casual flow of conversation. So things that are like Shakespeare, you can usually get behind the train of thought, even though it may not be the words that you're used to. And naturalistic shows, you can get behind it because you understand the train of thought. But for this one, it was really hard because there's a lot of moments that kind of came out of nowhere because it was in such an absurd place where it would be like, oh, and when we were trying to learn the show, those would always be the parts where we would be like, yeah, I don't know what we're supposed to say next. But it was just a lot of repetition.
Yeah, plus that's our job.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
In the back with the blue.
For each of the actors, was there a part, what part was, if there was a part that was the most difficult for you? And so what was that about?
Most difficult part.
Lifting that stone.
That was one of them. Yeah.
That is one of them.
For me, it's the physicality, because I'm old.
For me, it's the end of the show. I'm not somebody who usually reacts with anger, and so this took a lot of emotional work for me to be able to be in that place every night, or trying to figure out how, in the logic of my actor brain, how to jump to those conclusions and get to those places so that I could be angry, because normally it's very much like, no, don't say anything, just listen, just be quiet. It's because I'm a middle child.